We're sending out 2022 with a bang. It's the 100 miles of hate rivalry. Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky Lady Topper basketball in Diddle Arena. I'm Brian Klein with John Butler. Very happy to be with you. And John, here we go. WKU off the high of their Conference USA opening win against Rice. Now, by the way, they've won their league opener in 12 of the past 14 seasons. So it's charted territory for WKU. Middle Tennessee in their black uniforms with white numbers and letters on the front and back and blue and white lining down the side. Western Kentucky in their white jerseys, white shorts, red lining down the side with red numbering on the front and back and red WKU written across their chest. Leaping off for MTSU, it's Anastasia Boldareva at 6'6". And Aaliyah Pitts at 6 foot will do it for WKU. You want to take a bet? Who's going to get this tip?
Well, if the ball is thrown the right way, they should get it. But there's a lot of strategy sometimes about anticipation and so forth on these jump balls. Of course, there's only one jump ball a game anymore.
Here's the tip. And we are underway in Diddle Arena. Western Kentucky wins the tip. There you go. Maybe the biggest upset of the day, regardless of the outcome here. The preseason favorite, MTSU in Conference USA, on the road against WKU. To start things off, it's Acacia Hayes, a baseline drive. She's fouled on the layup attempt by Courtney Blakely.
Acacia has gradually, as we thought this year, has gotten better and better and better, and her minutes have gone up as well. She had a big fourth quarter Thursday night against Rice.
Hit a big three in that third quarter when WKU was only 1 of 9 from beyond the arc in that quarter and only had 9 points. She allowed them to kind of tread water, and she splits a pair, hitting the second. Full court press for WKU to start this first quarter, 12 seconds in. And the inbound comes from Whittington, catapulting the pass into the backcourt, taken in by Jalen Gregory, attacking the hoop to our left. Gregory slices through the defense, down the near lane, high off the glass, lefty layup, too strong. Rebound gobbled up by Maya Meredith. Lexi Mead quarterbacking the offense for WKU. Left wing, ball fake, now drives to the nail. Keeps her dribble down the near lane, pocket pass to the low post. Aaliyah Pitts stops and pops and connects.
That's good patience that time by Pitts. Did a nice little shot fake, freed herself, nice shot.
3-0 start for WKU, 45 seconds into quarter number 1. And it's Courtney Blakely on the far sideline, dribbling with her left hand, face guarded by Acacia Hayes. And now bounce passes up top, off-ball foul is called. Anastasia Boldareva, the 6'6" mountain on the low post, was shoved by Maya Meredith.
I think they gave it to Foster instead, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
Jalen Foster's first, team's first.
That's been a problem so far this year with Jalen. She's got to stay out of foul trouble.
She nearly fouled out. Actually, she did foul out against Rice with her 15 points. Western Kentucky in the passing lane on the far sideline. So the Lady Raiders get it back right in front of the WKU bench. Whittington pulls the trigger and gets it in to Blakely again.
2-3 matchup zone for Western Kentucky. A very aggressive one as well.
Middle faced the 2-3 zone on Thursday against Charlotte. Only turned the ball over 7 times.
Well, they've got great shooters. You got to really cover their shooters.
Shot clock down to 3. Up top, near wing. Whittington jacks it up, and it's wide right off the rim. Baseline offensive rebound for Middle Tennessee. It's up and in. Courtney Whitson reviving the possession and getting something for MTSU. They're down by 1, 90 seconds in.
That's too easy. She's a leading rebounder, and that was an easy rebound and put back. But
Aaliyah Pitts throws up a 3 from the right wing, and she sticks it.
Well, that's a bonus because she's really struggled from 3, so that's a big start for Pitts so far.
Just a 16% three-point shooter. Middle Tennessee misses a layup. Rebound WKU, pushing the tempo. And Acacia Hayes slows it down. Left wing, now a bullet pass to the baseline. Hayes has it. She's got 5 of the 6 points for WKU. Kick out, left wing 3, Jalen Foster, brick off the backboard, long rebound, Maya Meredith. Up top, she rifles the 3 off the heel, and the long rebound tracked down by Lexi Mead on the far corner, over to the low post for Aaliyah Pitts, and they'll make that Jalen Foster, and she lost the ball, dribbling off her left foot, to the baseline it goes. Turnover WKU, and MTSU takes over, down by 4, just over 2 minutes gone.
Well, this pressure is one of the reasons why we need to make shots is to put this pressure on. They're down a guard and they do not play a lot of players. So this pressure hopefully can wear Middle down a little bit.
That's Savannah Wheeler, all-conference point guard, leader in passing in Conference USA. And now Middle Tennessee, top of the arc three. Jalen Gregory left it short. Rebound fought for in the lane and taken in by MTSU. It was Ksenia Malashka on the rebound. Cross-court pass, far side to Neal, intercepted. It's Aaliyah Pitts. Bullet pass in transition. Intercepted again. MTSU takes over. Tamia Scott is there, fresh off the bench. Lead pass Gregory, feeds far corner. Three ball in the way, and it's cash. Courtney Whitson is there. She's got 5 points.
She's a great shooter. 33% from three, but traditionally higher than that.
And MTSU has 5 points, down by 1, 3 minutes into the first quarter. On the other end, Lexi Mead throws up the three. It rims out, and the rebound gobbled up by MTSU's Ksenia Malashka, leading rebounder on the team, nearly 6 boards per contest. Screen right, Jalen Gregory uses it, up top pass, and Aaliyah Pitts is in the passing lane. She jumps on the loose ball, ahead to Lexi Mead in transition, layup high off the glass, and it's good! Western Kentucky 8 and MTSU 5, 6:30 left in the first frame.
That's why Western Kentucky's top 20 in the country in steals, and that was a really good finish. That was not an easy shot that time by Lexi Mead. You got to guard her, though.
Right wing three for Whittington was too strong, and the ball trickles to the near sideline out of bounds. WKU takes over. So far, it's the Aaliyah Pitts show offensively and defensively there, John.
And not just the Aaliyah Pitts, the pace of the game. This is exactly the type of game that Western Kentucky wants to play. They want to try to wear down Middle Tennessee. Like I said, they have 3 players that play over 35 minutes a game. They want to try and wear them down, maybe take some of their legs away from them.
Tamia Scott out, Courtney Blakely, the starting guard, back in for MTSU. 4 minutes expired in the first quarter. WKU with the ball in hand, up by 3. It's Acacia Hayes, left wing. Shoves it up top for Aaliyah Pitts. She's got 5 of the 8 points for WKU. Shot clock down to 9. Handoff Maya Meredith. Drives down the far lane, and the push shot fadeaway doesn't go. She thought she was fouled, no call. Courtney Blakely turbos into the front court, right to left. They cycle it around. Top of the arc three is wide left by Courtney Whitson. Rebound WKU. Lead pass ahead. It's Aaliyah Pitts on the baseline. Turns around, gives it over to Jalen Foster. Left block, layup falls.
Another good play by Pitts on the assist that time. And good hustle by Foster to put it in.
Pitts was off balance. She was falling out of bounds, and then blindfolded, got it over to Foster for the layup. Whittington, low post feed to the left side now. It's Whitson, and she backs it out. 14 on the timer. Bounce pass, right wing three for Jalen Gregory. Rims out, rebound to Jalen Foster for WKU, and she was shoved. A foul is called, and they get Courtney Whitson. It's her first and the team's first.
Don't think she was real pleased with that call on that one.
Scratch that team's second, by the way. Whittington also has a personal.
Tell you what, there's a lot of action so far in the first 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
It's got some intensity.
Rivalry game just hit different for both sides. Jalen Foster has the top of the arc, swings it to the near sideline for Maya Meredith, and a foul is called outside of the arc. A hip check. Jalen Gregory is the culprit. It's her first and the team's third. And a timeout on the floor. 10-5, Western Kentucky on top of Middle Tennessee. Midway through the first quarter. We're just getting started on the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield. Don't go anywhere. I'm Brian Klein with John Butler. Happy to be with you. Midway through the first quarter, 10 for WKU, 5 for MTSU, the preseason favorite in Conference USA. And so far, the Lady Raiders have nothing to show for the outstanding effort of Aaliyah Pitts.
Yeah, Leah's played well, 2 for 2 from the field, including a three-pointer made. She has 5 points, also has an assist, has 2 steals to add to that. So, yeah, she's playing great. But the Lady Toppers are playing good. You're talking about energy. Looks like that trip and fly back from Houston has, instead of being tired, it's energized them. And sometimes that's what a win does. And it certainly doesn't hurt that they're playing their biggest rival in Middle.
Look, it's 45 minutes after the holiday break, but Greg Collins told me before the Rice game that this team flipped the script a little bit, had some really good practices during that more than a week-long break between the Cal Baptist game and then Christmas came and went, and then you had Rice, and they beat Rice in a very surprising upset. The Owls were basically right there against Middle Tennessee, tied in their conference opener with the preseason favorite in the league at 65 apiece, under a minute left, and they ended up losing narrowly.
Nothing like a win on the road. A win on the road does a whole lot, especially against a good team.
Out of the timeout, Western Kentucky with the ball in hand, up by 5, attacking the hoop to our right. It's Aaliyah Pitts with 5 of the 10 points, dribbling on the near corner. Now they cycle it around. It's Acacia Hayes, dribbles to her left one time. Up top, it's Shaylin Foster. Shot clock down to 5. Foster backing down Whitson. Push shot from 8 feet out, doesn't go. Wide left. The shot clock down to 1. I think there was a block on Whitson, so Western Kentucky gets the ball back on the baseline.
I'm saying there's a lot of contact on that one. I think that's what Coach Collins was asking. That's the second time that Jalen's taken it in there and taken some contact.
Nothing more than a catch and shoot here. Lob to the high post. Jalen Foster's got a good look, but it rims out from 12 feet out. Offensive rebound, Meredith. She puts it back up, doesn't get it. A foul is called. She got her own loose ball, and a foul is called with an MTSU player on the baseline. That's Ksenia Molushka.
She took a monster hit right across the face by Lexi. It was accidental. I'm surprised. To hit her in the nose, I'm surprised her nose isn't broken, to be honest with you. Came right across her face on the rebound.
And now Molushka will sit.
She took a big hit. I think they're gonna look. It wasn't intentional in any way, but they are going to go to review it. But that was a big hit. I don't know if they'll show it on the replay or not, but she's okay. I thought she could have broken her nose, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the team's huddled around her and not really a clipboard, just trying to make sure that Molushka's okay. Their leading scorer off the bench at nearly 17 points per game and leading rebounder with 6 per contest. She's only started in 3 of the now 12 games this season. They like her coming off the bench. Yeah, she had 22 points off the bench on Thursday against Charlotte.
She didn't start last year. She was the 6th man of the year last year as well and averaged 13 a game. I think it's just a comfort thing with her. She's been over 20 for the last 3 games. 22, 20, and 20, averaging 19 and a half over the last 4 games. So, I mean, she's a big-time player for her. And, this is a little different. It's a little different lineup. They put in 22 Jade Grannon in, 6'3" junior from Ontario. She does not play much at all.
Yeah, Grannon gives you about 1 point per game. She gives you about 5 minutes per game. Meanwhile, Chandler Stevens, the trainer, is taking a look at Molushka. On the other end, MTSU's got it. Who else? Jada Grenham, fresh off the bench. She's got a layup.
Yep, jump hook, then on the block. That was a nice post move, by the way.
WKU up by 3. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. They nutmegged the defender on the far corner, Gregory, over to Acacia Hayes. A recycled possession up top. It's Lexi Mead. 13 on the timer. Mead through the teeth of the defense. Stops on the baseline. Curl pass to the left wing. Acacia Hayes backing down her defender. Lefty push shot high off the glass. Did not go. Not enough English on it. Trying to get some spin off the backboard. And the rebound to Grenham for MTSU. Right to left. Into the front court. Right wing 3. Left it short. Jalen Gregory. Offensive rebound. The putback rims out off the fingertips of Whittington. And a rebound to WKU now. Up by 3, 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Jalen Foster has it between the rings straight away. Moves it right. Acacia Hayes. She rifles the 3, and it's cash. Acacia Hayes with a 3-pointer in back-to-back games. The freshman makes it a 6-point lead in favor of WKU. 3 minutes left in the first.
Yeah, it was not an easy one because that was off a ball screen, and the defender went under the screen. She stepped up and made the 3. Tic-tac-toe
to the high post, and now Whitson gets it from the mid-range on the near side.
Yeah, she's got 7 out of the 9 points.
13-9, WKU leads MTSU. Jab step near corner, Aaliyah Pitts 3. Left it short. Rebound Whittington for the Lady Raiders. 2:45 left until the first quarter comes to an end. And Whitson probes up top. It's Blakely dribbling with her right hand. Moves to the cross court, far side wing 3. Doesn't go. Jalen Gregory left it short. Rebound WKU again. Lexi Mead turbos into the front court. Picks up her dribble far corner and works it over to Jalen Foster. Kick out up top. It's Aaliyah Pitts for 3, and it's money.
They left her wide open. It's actually that time it's Gamble's person, and Grannon is not really used to coming out on the floor, and that's Pitts' second 3 of the game. That's a good matchup for Western Kentucky.
She's 2 of 3 from beyond the arc, despite only coming into this game with a 16% 3-point percentage. High post, again a mid-range jumper, does not go for Whitson. Rims out, rebound to Maya Meredith on the far sideline. She takes it to the front court herself, and Blakely fouls her.
That's a big foul. That's 2 on her as well.
And the team's fourth.
And we got a hockey substitution for the Lady Toppers. That's 4 subs that come into the game. And for a team that generally subs a whole lot, that's the first substitution of the game for Western Kentucky. That's how well that first group was playing.
Hayes, Foster, Meredith, Mead out. Savory, Faustino, Gilvin, and Blevins in. The only player left from that starting lineup is Aaliyah Pitts, and she just missed a 3 from the far side. Rebound MTSU, outlet pass in transition, and a travel. A power dribble came from Ksenia Malushka, who just came back after that slap to the face by Lexi Mead, and she got ahead of herself with a lot of open space.
That was the right call. I'm glad she's back, though. She took a pretty big hit.
So now Faustino dribbling up top for WKU. Powers through the defense. Lefty layup was wide left. She got through the defense, did the hard part, just could not finish.
Yeah, it was an awful good look. You need to make your layups if you can, obviously.
Rebound Malushka, now MTSU is going right to left into the front court. 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Jalen Gregory, pocket pass to the high post, and it's Teresa Faustino the steal. 2-on-2, Faustino, pedal to the middle, and ready layup falls with English on the right block.
Yeah, that was a tough reverse layup. I thought she was going to kick it through the corner. Instead, she made the shot herself.
Western Kentucky up 18-9. 60 seconds left in the first quarter. Jalen Gregory pounding the rock with her right hand. Uses the screen to her left. Over to the nail. Kick out. Near wing 3. Tamia Scott.
She hit the side of the backboard. That's not what she's comfortable doing.
Rebound Aaliyah Pitts. Outlet pass Aaliyah Pitts. And in transition, Hope Savory could not catch up to that missile pass by Pitts. Goes to the baseline out of bounds. And now Aaliyah Pitts subs out. Jalen Foster back in. 47 seconds left. It's a turnover for WKU. The second for Pitts, third for the team. But considering what they had early on in the season, 3's not all that bad in the quarter.
No, it's a great run right there.
Jalen Gregory up top, face guarded by Savory. Choke pass up top. They cycle it to the far sideline. Dribbling is Whittington. 12 seconds on the timer. Marushka, nice Euro step through on the defense and lays it in.
Yeah, Euro step from somebody from Belarus. That was a heck of a move.
Shot clock is off. Game clock is down to 15. Faustino dribbling for WKU with a 7-point advantage. Goes to her right off of the screen. Stops in the low post. Kick out Blevins. She has not taken a shot yet. Blevins has it up top. Now she fires the 3. It's wide right. Raises the rim. Loose on the baseline, and a foul is called.
From beyond Hope Savory.
With 0.8 seconds left.
Yeah, luckily they're not in the bonus, so basically this would just be a throw-in.
Savory's first foul and Western Kentucky's third, but with 0.8 of a second left, MTSU inbounds. No shot goes off, and Western Kentucky ends the first quarter up 18-11. Maybe best case scenario for the Lady Tops against the Lady Raiders. The team picked to finish first in Conference USA. We are very happy to bring it to you on the Varsity app and on ESPN 102.7. Hey, Hilltoppers, make sure you grab a bag of Mr. G's all-natural Big Red Corn. It's sweet and salty, GMO-free, nut-free, and made right here in Kentucky with Kentucky Brown Popcorn. Look for the red and yellow bags in the concession stands or order online at MrG'sKettleCorn.com. It's not just ordinary popcorn, it's Mr. G's Kettle Corn. Enjoy. Back in a moment for second quarter action on the Hilltopper Sports Network from Muirfield. Klein and John Butler, very happy to be with you. At the end of the first quarter, WKU leads Middle Tennessee 18-11. John, what's going right for the Lady Tops?
Well, first of all, it's pace. It's the pace you can't draw it up any better. It's the pace that Western Kentucky wants to play. It's a fast pace. Plus, it certainly doesn't hurt to shoot the ball. Continue the good shooting. 7 out of 19 from the field, 3 out of 9 from 3. That's a good recipe. Out-rebounded Middle 13-11, and Middle, who's a really, really good three-point shooting team, shooting 34% of the year, are only 1 for 9. I really think it also has hurt Middle not having one of their better players in Savannah Wheeler. Sure.
Middle Tennessee starts with the ball, attacking the hoop to our left. It's Jalen Gregory triggering a 3 from the near corner and sinking it.
She's a great shooter. She's 37%. She had 30 here last year against Western Kentucky as a freshman, so we know she likes to play here.
That's her first field goal on her 6th try.
Well, she won't quit shooting. She took 17 threes against Memphis early in the year in one game. That's more than Little Rock had for the year.
Josie Gilvin tries her hand, same spot, opposite side of the floor, and she buries it. Her first 3 of her young WKU career.
She is 9 out of her last 10 field goals, too. But you're talking about an improving player, great defensive player. When that shot goes in, a 3 from her, she's going to be really hard to defend.
Western's 4 of 10 from beyond the arc. 15 seconds to shoot for Middle Tennessee. Cross-court pass. It's taken in by Woodson. Tic-tac-toe, low post, and Marushka with a power dribble and a layup going for MTSU. Down by 5. About a minute gone in the second quarter.
That's just good ball movement that time against the zone.
Teresa Faustino is quarterbacking the offense. Powers down the near alley, and the high layup off the window and in. That one went up by 10 feet over the rim and then somehow settled in off the heel and through the strings.
Yeah, that's a horse shot. I don't know if you can do that in horse.
Give her H. Give me H. Everyone else H. Faustino can make that shot. 90 seconds in, MTSU with the ball. Attacking the hoop to our left. Jalen Gregory, same spot, 3 off the heel. Rebound Whittington for MTSU. And a nice feed. No one looking at Marushka underneath the cup. Yeah. And she got the layup.
Well, good defensive rebound by Whittington and an interior pass to Alaska.
2 minutes into the second quarter. Faustino dribbling for Western Kentucky. 23-18 lead over Middle Tennessee. Near sideline, Josie Gilvin drives through the defense, and her layup, no, does not go. Too strong. Got her own loose ball. And a kick out to Macy Blevins. Baseline drive, swings it up top. Jalen Foster, 3 ball on the way, and she buries it.
Jalen Foster. I mean, she is continuing her hot shooting from 3. And it's such an asset to have your 4 player, or sometimes she plays the 5, to be able to make that shot.
So Western Kentucky's now shooting 46% from beyond the arc. 7:25 left in the first half, and an intercepted pass. Faustino got in the passing lane. That high post feed from Whitson to the low block for Marushka. Batted away by Faustino. Last touch MTSU as it goes to the near sideline. Everything going right for WKU.
And Gregory took a pretty good hit that time on the sideline. I think she may be coming out.
Faustino drives to the near elbow. Kick out for corner 3. Josie Gilvin wide right off the rim. Rebound Woodson for MTSU. It's a breakaway. No one's going to catch Marushka, and she lays it in.
Yeah, that's Macy went for the steal that time, and when she didn't get it, it was a wide open layup.
The Lady Raiders are 5 for their last 6 from the field. Marushka 4 of 4. Faustino top of the arc. WKU up by 6. 3 minutes into the second quarter. Josie Gilvin dribbling, moves it up top for Faustino. She's wide open for 3. Too strong. Loose ball on the baseline, and WKU can't get it back. It goes out of bounds, and the Lady Raiders take over.
It was a good shot that time by Teresa. I mean, she's a good 3-point shooter. That's wide open from the top.
Courtney Blakely comes in for Tamia Scott. MTSU getting some more ball handling out there. And Blakely calling out a play with her right hand. Bounce past Gregory on the red towel logo. Shoves it to the far sideline for Blakely. 15 on the timer. 6:30 left on the game clock in the second quarter. Up top, pocket pass, or rather a bullet pass to the right block. And Marushka's got it. She lays it in again. She's now 5 of 5 from the field. 10 points.
Yeah, she has not taken a shot outside of 2 feet, though. All her points have come off pinpoint passes down inside.
26-22. Hope Savoy on the far wing. Catapults the pass cross court. Over to the near side for Gilvin. Sings it up top. Jalen Foster finds a cutter. It's Macy Blevins. Layup. It goes. Count it. And the foul. 28-22. Pending the free throw. Macy Blevins finishing inside. 6 minutes left in the second.
Well, that was set up by a back cut. That time it was an overplay on the wing, and she back. And that's a great back cut. Good pass that time by Foster. And then the reverse and foul. We just saw the replay. Got her right on the arm. She was strong enough to still finish.
That's what Macy Blevins had worked on the entire offseason as she hits the free throw. Become a more well-rounded player, not just a catch-and-shoot threat. What can you do on the interior? And the off-ball movement yielded that layup. MTSU into the front court. Over 4 minutes gone in the second quarter. They're down by 7. Jalen Gregory straight away 3. It's money.
Yes, she has. You're talking about a confident player. I mean, she is going to keep firing away. I mean, she's averaging over double figures anyway, 11.4, but she can flat out shoot the ball.
Faustino dribbling behind her back near wing, playing catch up top, Jalen Foster. 15 seconds on the shot clock, picks up her dribble, moves up top for Foster, and now Jalen Foster doesn't want to dribble, finds a cutter. It's the low post. Macy Blevins shuffled her feet.
That was the right call, and here's the hockey substitution back. We got 4 more coming in. It was a good run by that group. In particular, I thought Gilvin played extremely well.
Jalen Foster's the only one who will stay on the floor. Savory, Gilvin, Blevins, and Faustino out. Meredith, Mead, Hayes, and Pitts back on. So these are the starters for WKU, falling into a 2-3 zone midway through the second quarter. Blakely, high post feed, kick out near wing 3. Jalen Gregory. Oh, it's target practice for her. 3 threes.
Yeah, she's got great arch on the ball. Like I said, she took 17 threes against Memphis, so she has no fear, and they want her to shoot.
All of her points coming in this quarter, the last 5 minutes. Acacia Hayes, dribble drive, far alley, scoop pass for a cutting Maya Meredith. Nearly lost the ball, kick out near corner 3, Lexi Mead. Oh, why not? Everything's falling for WKU. She's on target on the triple, and WKU is now up to a 32-28 lead. A travel by the midline. Mead was pressuring Blakely.
Yeah, and that was all Lexi Mead, and that 3 that she made, she was shot over 35% last year from 3. I thought her first 3 that spun out looked good, so that's been nice to see her get back shooting a 3 well.
Timeout on the floor. Western Kentucky up by 4. 4:30 left in the second quarter. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to WKU Lady Topper basketball on the Hilltopper Sports Network from Muirfield. Midway through the second quarter, Western Kentucky up 32-28 on Middle Tennessee. But maybe the biggest problem for WKU is that Marushka, Ksenia Marushka, has 10 points perfect, 5 of 5 from the field. How do you stop that if you're Greg Collins?
Well, it's a tough call because it's hard to take away the 3-point shooting. You know, Jalen Gregory's 3 out of 8 from 3, and then you got Whitson who's making shots. So you can't let them make threes and let her go off inside. You got to take one away, and that's what makes them hard to guard.
WKU a 4-point lead, 4:30 left in the second quarter. They've got the ball attacking the hoop to our right. Jalen Foster up top. She's left open for 3. Thought about it. Ball fake. And now a kick out to the near sideline. Baseline drive. Aaliyah Pitts too strong on the layup. Ball was volleyed out of bounds. Who touched it last? Middle Tennessee did. So Western Kentucky holds on what was a bit of a broken possession there out of the gate in the second. Lexi Mead, the shortest player on the floor at 5'5", will inbound from the baseline. Chest pass far corner for Acacia Hayes. Baseline drive for her, shakes her man, and now in a forest of black jerseys, picks up her dribble, scoop pass, far wing 3, Jalen Foster off the heel, and the ball is tipped over to the baseline for MTSU's Malushka.
They got her listed 6 foot. She looks bigger than 6 foot to me.
Sure does. Now a Euro step through the cup, baseline drive, and the layup goes for Tamia Scott. In transition, Acacia Hayes responds with a layup.
It's freshman on freshman. Of course, we haven't even mentioned that Hayes is from Murfreesboro. So you know this game means a lot. Her sisters all played at Middle Tennessee. It was one of the big recruiting wins of Greg Collins' career, getting her to come to Western.
Her older sister won Conference USA Player of the Year. Now both of her sisters playing at Mississippi State in the SEC. Near wing 3 does not go. Too strong for Whitson, and an offensive rebound for Whittington. Recycle the possession up top. It's to Tamia Scott. Knives through the defense, and her 4-foot push shot too strong. Rebound Acacia Hayes for WKU. Lead pass ahead. Aaliyah Pitts, ball fake, and Aaliyah Pitts finishes on the left block. She got a defender in midair trying to block it, but instead Aaliyah Pitts with a stunner step and the layup.
Well, she got in position by hustling down the floor that time and got that diagonal pass.
She's got a game best 10 points, tied with Malushka. Tamia Scott, top of the arc, cycles it around, now gets it back. Top of the arc, 3 on the way, left it short, and the rebound from Malushka over Jalen Foster. Power dribble, back and down Foster, and she lays it in. Bumping bodies down low, and she's up to 12 points.
Yeah, a lot of contact right there, but boy, Malushka, she is tough inside.
Western Kentucky's got it. Jalen Foster, top of the arc three, grazed the left rim. And with 2.5 minutes left, the ball trickles out of bounds. Lady Topper still up by 4, but Lady Raiders not going anywhere. The good news for WKU is that Malushka has checked out. The bad news is Anastasia Boldareva checks in, and she's 6'6".
Every bit of 6'6" too, and she's not a slow 6'6". She's an athlete.
And some more size out there. 2:20 left in the first quarter. 2-3 zone WKU. Near wing. It's Whitson cycling around to the far wing now. Up top, Whittington. Ball fake, 18 feet away. Thought about the three, and then rather long two. Now kicks out for three. Jalen Gregory didn't get it. Offensive rebound. Who else? Boldareva's there, and a jump ball forced by Jalen Foster.
She made a good offensive rebound, but at 6'6", then she brought the ball down to her hip, and that's exactly what you don't want. And a good job by the Lady Toppers tying her up.
WKU owns the arrow, so a turnover for MTSU. It's their 7th. They had 7 in 40 minutes against Charlotte on Thursday. Lexi Mead into the front court, dribbling with her right hand, trying to shake Whittington. Ignores the screen set by Aaliyah Pitts up top. High post feed, 4-pitch. She pulls up from 18, rims out, rebound to MTSU. It's Whittington there, snagging it from the apex. Minute 45 left in the first half. Middle Tennessee with the ball in hand, down by 4. Long three, for Jalen Gregory. Did not go wide left. Offensive rebound, MTSU. Courtney Whitson puts it back in, and they're down by only 2.
Offensive rebound is starting to be a problem.
Left wing three, Aaliyah Pitts, why not? It's her 3rd three of the day. She's got 13 points, 39-34, and Aaliyah Pitts is the cheat code.
I don't think she was on Middle's scouting report as a three-point shooter.
Why would she be? 16% from beyond the arc going into this one. 60 seconds left in the first half. Whittington, bullet pass, left block, turnaround. Boldareva lays it in on a double team. Does not matter.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. You just give them that one. She shot 6'6", just shot right over them. Nice little touch off the glass.
45 seconds left. Lexi Mead powers to the nail, lost her dribble, lost the ball. Blakely takes it away. In transition, Blakely slows it down. Bounce pass far wing for Whittington and hands it back off to Blakely. Shot clock to game clock differential of about 13 seconds. High post feed for Whitson. Oh, to the baseline. It's Boldareva back and down Pitts. Turns around on the right shoulder and lays it in on the left block. Again, Boldareva's there. In transition, Hayes on the baseline. And she tries to go over Boldareva. Draws the foul on the 6'6" giant in transition.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's exactly what Coach Collins wanted. To be honest with you, I think he wanted to pull it back out and just take the last shot, but kind of fortunate to get bailed out.
So Western Kentucky now only up by 1, but Acacia Hayes is at the stripe. 21 seconds left in the first half. Boldareva checks out, Malushka back in for MTSU, and Acacia Hayes runs out on the first. Like you mentioned, it's a bit of a home team game for Acacia Hayes from Murfreesboro. Her 2 sisters used to play for MTSU and since transferred to Mississippi State. And she hits the back end, full court press, WKU. Wild inbounds pass from the baseline, goes to MTSU's bench, and no one touched it, so WKU gets the ball back.
Big possession. We got to go for the last shot. Okay, going to call a timeout right here.
It's a Tarter timeout. Tarter Realty Company serving Warren and surrounding counties for more than 60 years. So with 20 seconds left, Greg Collins wants to talk things over. They're now out of timeout, so if they have trouble getting the ball in, they've got no answer. 40-38 they lead, but so far MTSU is owning the second quarter, and it seems very clear there's no stopping them down low.
No, I mean, Middle Tennessee definitely has a size advantage inside, so that's and what makes them so difficult is they're shooting from the outside. But right now you want to go for the last shot of the half. You don't want to go, the worst you want to go into the second half is up 2. Ideally, you go up 5 right here. You'd like to get a shot with about 5 seconds to go, where if you miss, you got an opportunity to get a rebound. This will not be an easy inbounds because I got a feeling that they may put one of their bigger players on the inbounds pass over on the side. That's what I would do, but they didn't. They've got a little guard over there.
Blakely is guarding Hayes, but really not even guarding Hayes, guarding the inbound, and the inbound goes to the midline. Volleyed out of bounds by Jalen Gregory. She thought that she was hip to hip with Faustino, and the WKU Portugal native got it last.
Yeah, I think we're fortunate on that one.
On the far sideline, in the backcourt now, WKU inbounds. 18 seconds left, and Hayes gets it in cleanly to Faustino this time, moving from left to right. The junior Faustino, Oregon State transfer, 10 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Up top, she grooves to the far elbow. Cross-court pass intercepted. Taken in by Whittington. 3 seconds to work with. Whittington stops 30 feet away, and she goes over to Gregory. No shot with a wild pass over by Gregory Shins.
Yeah, fortunately that time, I don't think either team handled that last 30 seconds very well, but to go in 40-38 is a heck of a first half for the Lady Toppers.
And we've got the halftime report on the horizon here on the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield. Don't go anywhere. WKU up by 2. Right here on ESPN 102.7 and the Varsity app. Start of the third quarter, Middle Tennessee with the ball in hand, down by 2. 13 seconds in. It's Blakely dribbling up top and shoving it over to Malashka. Calls for a screen, uses the screen, handoff Blakely. 10 seconds on the timer. Righty dribble up top, bounce pass high post. Malashka back and down. Aaliyah Pitts, turnaround layup doesn't go. Left it short, and the rebound by Blakely up top. She muscles through and high off the window. Too strong on her putback, and it's a rebound for WKU, Lexi Mead.
Yeah, very, very fortunate. Malashka got a great shot. It's her first miss of the game.
Jalen Foster up top for 3 off the heel. Rebound Whittington for MTSU. 45 seconds in, both teams empty-handed early on in the second half. WKU up by 2. Blakely uses the Malashka screen to her left. Long 2 on the way, and she cans it.
They're going to give her all those shots she wants to. It was a ball screen, and that time Alexi Mead went way under the screen, and they're going to force Blakely to make some shots.
We're tied at 40s, over a minute gone in the third quarter. It's our first tie since 0-0. Acacia Hayes on the right wing. Doesn't get a screen from Jalen Foster. Bounce pass on the red towel logo, Maya Meredith. She's been very quiet, 0 for 3 from the field. 0 points, and a dribble handoff to Lexi Mead. Intercepted by Blakely. In transition, she lays it in. MTSU's first lead of the day, 42-40.
Yeah, Maya, to me, is not moving near as well as she moved Thursday.
90 seconds into half number 2. It's Acacia Hayes between the rings, dribbling between her legs. Maya Meredith wants to set a screen for her. Hayes doesn't want it, and she ignores the screen to her right. Now goes to her left. Lefty layup off the window. Not enough English to get it in. Rebound to Blakely for MTSU. Into the front court, lost her dribble. Lost the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Blakely to the MTSU bench, a turnover.
Macy Blevins in for Maya, and it's a real quick, when you're coming off that ACL injury, and I didn't think about this until just a few minutes ago, she's trying to play within 48 hours of her last game because the Rice game was Thursday night, and that's a tough turnaround, and she just kind of has never really gotten into this game. I think part of it is just the turnaround.
Lexi Mead on the offensive end can't get it to go from 8 feet out with the righty leaner, and MTSU gets it back into the front court. Jalen Gregory layup. Doesn't go. Too strong, but a foul.
This is a real critical part of the game right now for the Lady Toppers. They've lost the lead that they've had the whole game. Now Middle Tennessee's up 2, and you can almost go ahead and put 2 on the board for Gregory. She shoots 93% from the year.
MTSU as a team, 80%, good for 10th best in the nation.
They don't even hit the rim. I mean, I've never seen a team in all my career at whatever level, I've never seen a team have 3 players shoot over 90%. They didn't hit the rim.
She goes 2 of 2 on both. 44-40, MTSU in the driver's seat. 2.5 gone in the second half.
That's why you want to stay ahead of them. I mean, try to catch them from behind, and if you have to foul late, that's not a real strong recipe. I think it's a big possession right now for the Lady Toppers.
Blevins inbounds from the far sideline. Chest pass up top. Lexi Mead probes to the near wing. 3 ball, and it's good. Aaliyah Pitts has 4 threes.
That's right in front of us, too, on the wing. It looked good the whole time on the release. Big shot.
Boy, did they need that. Full court press. MTSU beats it. Near wing. Jalen Gregory. Ball fake. Pulls up from 18. And it's a high arcer, and it's Cash.
Good defense. They drove her off the line, and she just made a pull-up jumper.
46-43, MTSU leading. Acacia Hayes in transition, stifled on her layup. It was Malashka at the apex. Blakely into the front court. Malashka up top. She jacks up the 3, and it's wide left off the rim. Rebound Lexi Mead at 5'5" for WKU. 3 minutes into the third quarter. Right wing, Acacia Hayes surveys up top. Aaliyah Pitts, ball fake on the head. Oh, scoop pass to the baseline, and it's Lexi Mead in the forest over Milushka. She puts it in.
And that's off the assist from Pitts. They came out and they forced her to drive off the three-point line because she's made 4. She went right by them and made the assist.
Second assist of the day for Aaliyah Pitts. MTSU with the ball in hand, up by 1. 6:30 left in the third quarter.
Back to a 2-3 zone for the first time this half.
Whittington dribbling between the rings. Cross-court pass to the far corner. It's Jalen Gregory over to Milushka. 5 on the timer. She curls through the defense, and a righty layup doesn't go. But a blocking foul is called. It was Aaliyah Pitts. Center feet in the restricted area.
I thought that was the right call that time. That time Milushka was going across the lane. Really difficult to get that charge on that one.
So Pitts called for her first foul. Team second.
She is the one of the few that does not shoot 90%. Still made it anyway. She's shooting 71%. That's not bad.
Reigning Conference USA 6th player of the year. Team's leading scorer and rebounder off the bench. She goes 2 of 2. And now Teresa Faustino subs in for Lexi Mead. WKU getting some more shooting in there.
She's the tallest 6-footer I've ever seen. She's 2 to 3 inches taller than Jalen Foster.
So Western Kentucky down by 3. About 4 minutes gone in the third quarter. Aaliyah Pitts on the right wing. Moves it up top for Jalen Foster. Now Teresa Faustino on the red towel logo straight away. Uses the screen right by Jalen Foster. Pass to the near sideline. It's Hope Savory plucking it out of the air. Shot clock down to 8. Scoop pass up top. Aaliyah Pitts 3 on the way. She was fouled. It did not go wide right, but Milushka was the culprit.
That's the correct call. Did foul her on the shot. It wasn't on the it wasn't in the air, but she fouled her with the body on the way down.
So Aaliyah Pitts leading the way with 16 points. Game best. 4 of 6 from 3. This is her first trip to the stripe, and she cans it.
Yeah, these shots are much easier when you're shooting the ball so well.
55% at the stripe this season.
Yeah, it's amazing what confidence it do for you, though.
And the UVA transfer misses the second. Her red sneakers, red headband, bends her knees, and with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in the third quarter, she goes 2 of 3, hitting the last one. WKU down by 1, full court press. Jalen Gregory's got it in the corner and dribbles out of trouble. Hope Savory was hounding her shoulder to shoulder, and bounce passes over to Blakely, attacking the hoop to our right. 5:40 left in the third. Blakely dribbling 35 feet away from the cup. Uses the screen right. On the nail, the ball fake, and she turbos past Pitts. Lays it in on the right side.
Man, what a hesitation move in the lane against Pitts that time. Just freed her up.
Faustino quarterback in the offense for WKU. Screen right by Foster. Kick out. Foster got it on the three-point line. Ball fake. Thought about the 3. Whitson on the closeout there. On the far sideline, Faustino. Pass to the baseline. Kick out by Savory. Over to Pitts. Curls through the defense. Kick out. Blevin 3 ball on the way. It's too strong. Offensive rebound Pitts. She goes back into the lane. Kick out Foster. Scoop pass up top. It's loose by the midline. Goes to the backcourt. It was tipped away by MTSU. 13 on the timer. Foster tracks it down. Foster in the lane. Kick out far corner. Aaliyah Pitts tees up the 3. Why not? Aaliyah Pitts cannot be stopped. She's got 5 threes, and WKU ties it at 50 apiece.
You see why she was recruited to Virginia now. What a performance.
This is one of her best games of her career at UVA or at WKU.
It's like it goes back to high school.
4:30 left in the third, tied at 50s. Jalen Gregory cannot corral the low pass by Whitson. Timeout on the floor after the turnover by MTSU, and it's a Turner timeout. Carter Realty Company serving Warren and surrounding counties for more than 60 years. We're tied at 50s, 4:30 left. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to WKU Lady Topper Basketball on the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield. Tied at 50 apiece, Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee going back and forth in the 100 miles of hate rivalry to close out 2022. I'm Brian Klein with John Butler. Midway through the third quarter, John, and it looked like for a moment there, MTSU had to beat a 4-point lead and had the momentum, had a beat on putting this game to bed early on in the third quarter, but Aaliyah Pitts stormed back for WKU.
Well, I think we mentioned that I thought this was a critical possession,
yes.
And because Middle had started off on a 6-0 run, And that's when Pitts hit the shot, the three from the side. I mean, this is the Aaliyah Pitts show right now. She's got 21 points. She's made more threes tonight than she has all year. She's 5 out of 7. She's only 3 out of 19 going into this game.
21 points. She was at UVA for 2 seasons, made 2 threes in her time in Charlottesville. WKU with the ball in hand, low post feed, Jalen Foster plucked it out of the air on the high feed from Faustino. Kick out, pitch, drive through the lane, and she was denied by Milushka.
A lot of contact on that one. They're going to get a carry that time on Milushka.
She's not really a ball handler, but she took it from the baseline on the WKU side over to the front court and maybe out of her element a little bit. So a turnover. MTSU now has committed 11. It's the second on Milushka today. 4 minutes left in the third quarter, 50 apiece. Hope Savory is attacking the hoop to our left and handing it off to Aaliyah Pitts. Now dribbles to the top of the arc, shoves it up top. It's Faustino. The Oregon State transfer calling for some help, doesn't get it. And now Faustino grooves to her left, guarded by Blakely. Toe-to-toe, 10 seconds on the timer. Aaliyah Pitts has it up top. Pitts goes to her left, and now taken in by Faustino on the near sideline. Landy scoop shot is good. Off the window and in.
Plus is at the end of the shot clock as well.
52-50, Western Kentucky on top of MTSU. 3.5 minutes left in the third. On the other end, Whitson far corner. Baseline drive. Oh, nice pass on a bounce pass. Everyone bailing out on the ball handler, and no one was looking for Milushka. She lays it in.
That's what makes Whitson such a good all-around player.
16 points from Milushka, 7 of 9 from the field. On the other end, far corner three, Hope Savory. It plunks off the rim and over the backboard, out of bounds.
Probably shot that a little quick for Hope, but that's only Hope's first shot of the game.
And at times, she's been the go-to scorer. Only had 6 points against Rice on Thursday. Hasn't really played all that much today. And why? Because a lot of the starters have been really good for WKU. 15 on the timer with Blakely dribbling 35 feet away straight away. Swings it to the near wing. 3 ball for Whittington doesn't go. Over the back foul.
They're going to give it on Macy on the block out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it was Milushka going over Blevins, but they actually ruled that Macy Blevins was bumping Milushka. So it's the third team foul. Blevins with her second. And with under 3 minutes left in the third quarter, MTSU with the ball on the baseline, tied at 52s. They get it in for Whitson. Cycles it to the near corner. It's Jalen Gregory, wide open three. Just too strong. That was a missed opportunity for MTSU. WKU dodged a bullet. Rebound to Jalen Foster. Hope Savory now tempoing the offense. She pulls up for 3, and she hits it. Just when you said that Savory was quiet, she responds in a big way.
She has no fear either. She's like Gregory. That is a pull-up 3, just a walk-up pull-up 3.
55-52, Gregory on the other end with MTSU trailing. Bounce pass to Blakely straight away. 2-3 zone WKU. Whittington with the shot clock down to 10. Catapults the pass near wing. Blakely ball fake, got Pitts in the air. Blakely with the left, and she lays it in. That's the second time we've seen that move from Blakely.
That's an outstanding little hesitation move deep in the lane. Man, that's good.
WKU up by 1, under 2 minutes left. Faustino picked up her dribble on the near baseline. A scoop pass over to Savoy, kicking out. Over to the far corner, it's Blevins 3, too strong. Milushka could not corral the rebound cleanly. Goes out of bounds off of Whitson trying to help. Last touch MTSU, and WKU will retain possession. 1:45 left in the third. Inbound to Pitts on the right wing. Reset for Faustino. She jacks up the 3. It rims out. And Milushka tries to get the rebound. Offensive rebound by Pitts. They're tied up on the baseline. And a jump ball.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's a jump ball because Milushka was out of bounds when she had the ball tied up. So I'm a little surprised on that one.
And Western Kentucky owns the arrow. 90 seconds left in the third quarter. Bounce pass into the near corner for Aaliyah Pitts. And an off-ball foul, illegal screen.
Yeah.
They got Hope Savory.
Well,
it's
Hope,
the team's fourth foul.
I was getting ready to say Hope, Savory, and Gregory have been kind of bumping into each other a little bit the last few possessions that time. That time they got Hope.
Second foul on Savory. On the other end, Whitson 3 from the far corner. It's target practice, and MTSU takes a 2-point lead.
She's a clutch player. Got lost her that time in a deep corner. She's been relatively quiet, but she won't stay quiet all game.
Maybe the most quiet 12 points you'll see from a player. Jalen Foster up top, doesn't take a dribble, instead loops it to the far corner for Aaliyah Pitts. Bounce pass, low post, Macy Blevins, kick out, catch and shoot three. Hope Savoy rims out from the near corner. And Whitson corrals the rebound for MTSU. Under a minute to play in the third. The Lady Raiders on top of the Lady Tops by 2. Jalen Gregory three off the heel from the near wing. And the rebound to WKU's Jalen Foster. 45 seconds left. Faustino on the left wing. Gets it back from Foster up top. Teresa Faustino dribbling with her left. Powers through the defense. Kick out near corner. Aaliyah Pitts on the baseline. Stops and pops off the heel. And the rebound volleyed over to Savoy on the far wing. 30 seconds left on the baseline. Faustino rinses and repeats up top. It's Blevins. Catch and shoot three. It's long. And it rims out. That one from about 25 feet. And Whitson takes in the rebound for MTSU. Shot clock is off. And the game clock is down to 15 seconds.
Yeah, they'll go for the last shot here.
Blakely dribbling between the rings, toe-to-toe against Savoy. 10 seconds left now. Blakely doing laps around the arc. Bounce pass, high post Whitson. 5 seconds to work with now, and a foul is called off ball on the sideline. Far side, it was Blevins, I believe. It was Macy Blevins. That's a foul against the sophomore. That's WKU's 5th team foul.
Yeah, that will put them, that's going to put Gregory on the line, and that's just automatic, giving them 2 free throws. I mean, two makes right there.
It's the third foul against Blevins today, and really nothing going for MTSU. 4 seconds left. They had the ball 20 feet away with Whitson's back to the basket, and Blevins fouls off ball. It's a bailout right there.
Well, she was trying to get around that screen that time, and well, that's a rarity.
Jalen Gregory, a 93% free throw shooter, rims out on the first. 4 seconds left in the third, and Gregory connects on the second. 58-55. WKU has 4 seconds to work with. Down by 3. Hope Savoy into the front court. She heaves it up, and Savoy hits the front rim. That is how the third quarter ends. 58-55. MTSU on top. We're back in a moment for fourth quarter action on the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield. 58-55. Western Kentucky is trailing Middle Tennessee. And during the break, Jalen Gregory was fouled on a corner 3. So the 93% free throw shooter hits the first here. Now, John, what do you think? Key to the fourth quarter for WKU.
Well, I mean, you need to stay. It's going to be difficult if we fall behind because they shoot it so well from the free throw line. This is the biggest lead of the game for Middle. If you're going to start your run, you need to start it, I think, earlier where you can get ahead of them. Don't want to be behind them late.
Gregory hits all 3 free throws, and now the lead balloons to 6. 15 seconds into the final quarter. It's Faustino attacking the hoop to our left for WKU. Cross-court pass, Josie Gilvin takes it in. Finds Savoy in the far corner, and Savoy could not juggle the pass. It goes out of bounds to the WKU bench, and WKU with a turnover. It's their 9th of the day.
That's not bad at all, only having 9, but the turnovers have led to 15 points by Middle. They've taken advantage of the turnovers.
30 seconds into the fourth quarter, Malushka high post, guarded toe-to-toe by Aaliyah Pitts. Dribble handoff to Blakely on the near wing. Blakely nearly carried. Hope Savoy was guarding her toe-to-toe and was calling for the carry, didn't get it. Whittington now from the far wing. She drives inside. Her layup was denied. Aaliyah Pitts was in stride with her the entire time, and when she got to the baseline, Pitts stuck up her left arm and blocked it. 45 seconds through the fourth quarter. A 61-55 advantage for MTSU. It's their largest lead of the day. Inbound from the baseline, top of the arc, intended for Gregory. Out of the way to the near sideline by Hope Savoy. And we'll do it again, this time.
Yeah, it's a good play.
Inbound from the sideline.
Good play by Hope that time. Saved probably a wide open 3.
Gregory gets it in to Whitson. Kick out back to Gregory near wing, and she connects on the 3. 64-55.
That's about 28 feet. I was almost thinking that's not a great shot.
In rhythm, Jalen Gregory cannot be stopped. She's got 20 points after going 0 from the field in the first quarter. Faustino knifes through the defense. Lefty scoop layup. Too strong off the window.
Got to finish it.
And Josie Gilvin, the freshman, was trying to follow that missed shot and poked it out of bounds to the baseline. So now this is the turning point potentially for WKU. Down by 9. It's their largest deficit of the day. Savoy and Faustino check out. Meade and Hayes, the starting point guard, or rather the starting backcourts, come back in for WKU. Blakely attacking the hoop to our right. Bounce pass high post. Malushka toe-to-toe guarded by Aaliyah Pitts. Goes to the baseline now. Ball fake right shot. Left it rims out. Maybe a lucky break for WKU. Rebound Aaliyah Pitts. Lead pass ahead. Josie Gilvin couldn't take in the 50-50 ball. It was batted away by Whittington. Loose ball taken in by Malushka. Look out from behind. Josie Gilvin there for the steal. WKU's got it in the front court. Pushing the tempo. Far corner. Lexi Mead controls. And they're recycling the possession up top. It's Aaliyah Pitts slowing it down. Nearly 2 minutes gone in the final quarter. Lexi Mead, the Californian, goes to her right down the far lane. Ball fake, she got stopped and nearly fouled. Kick out to the near corner, Acacia Hayes, baseline drive, and she connects on the layup. Count it, and the foul.
I was going to say, that was a great drive that time. She got a step and went right to the basket. I didn't see the foul, to be quite honest with you, but we'll sure take it.
Came in a little late, the whistle.
They're going to call a block, but I didn't really see a block.
They got Alexis Whittington for her second personal foul. Team's first of the final quarter, and Acacia Hayes hits the free throw. Western Kentucky only down 64-58, a two-possession game. And Blakely is the ball carrier for MTSU. Bounce pass to the left wing. It's Whittington. Just committed her second foul. Dribbles to the high post. Nearly slapped by Gilvin for a foul, but no call. Goes over to the far sideline. Jalen Gregory had the ball, but an off-ball whistle.
It's going to be, it's going to be on Pitts pushing Valeska off the block with two hands. It's the correct call. They'll give you one hand. They won't give you two.
7:45 left in regulation. WKU down by 6. Jalen Gregory inbounds from the baseline to a wide open Whitson, and she lays it in on the right block.
Good inbounds play. Whitson just used her body that time to kind of muscle out a much smaller Lexi Mead for the position that time.
66-58. Acacia Hayes on the left wing, guarded toe-to-toe by Gregory. Spins to the left block. Now picks up her dribble. Finds a cutter. It's Lexi Mead, and her layup too strong, but a foul is called. Hayes was stalemated on the left block, and Mead got something in there to give Hayes an option. Great play by the sophomore Hayes, Mead.
Yeah, she got double down on the block that time, and there's two things that you got to do as a player once you get doubled on the block. I'm talking about the other players. Either cut to the basket or spot up, and that time Lexi cut up. Good pass that time by Hayes.
Pitts is out. Odie Betancourt in for the first time all day, and now Lexi Mead hits her first free throw.
Leading free throw shooter on the team, 81%.
That foul against Courtney Blakely, by the way, her third, team's second of the quarter. And Mead goes 2 for 2. It's a 14-5 run for MTSU. 7:20 left in regulation. The Lady Raiders lead by 6. Blakely dribbling over to the far wing, bounce pass for Whittington. Smothered by Josie Gilvin. Now draws the double with Jalen Foster. Picks up her dribble straight away. Pass to the near sideline. It was batted away out of bounds. Jalen Foster got a cuticle on it. Foster was everywhere on that defensive possession.
Needed to be, too. They are so hard to guard on the offensive end. 11
seconds on the shot clock. Gregory bounces it in, gets it back from Whitson, and a baseline drive, a blocking foul.
It's going to be on Foster. It's going to be her fourth. That's a big foul.
Team's third, and Jalen Foster fouled out of the last game against Rice. Did not play to start the fourth quarter, but came in and hit some big shots, and she stays on the floor for now. Inbound goes to the top of the arc. Whitson rims out on a three. Rebound WKU. It's Jalen Foster. Ahead to Lexi Mead, turboing across the midline right to left, and her dribble handoff is intercepted. Jalen Gregory was there in transition. Ball fake, and her layup falls. Count it, and the foul. Stunner step for Jalen Gregory, and a heads-up play. Not only is that a foul, but Jalen Foster fouls out.
Maybe it's her fourth. I guess it's her fourth. I thought it was her fifth, but they're going to put 4 up. I thought it was her fifth, but anyway.
The scoreboard had 4, and now it stays at 4. Okay. So a bit of a scoreboard malfunction. No harm done.
Gregory's such a good player, just a sophomore. Has a good steal, and then such a smart player where she came to a jump stop and waited for the contact and then finished.
And she hits the free throw. Timeout on the floor. 69-60, Middle Tennessee is on top of Western Kentucky. They're starting to run away with it, but the last time we said that, WKU stormed back. Can they do it after this break? Find out right here on the Hilltopper Sports Network from Newsweek. 6:45 left in regulation, 69-60. Middle Tennessee on top of Western Kentucky. And the Lady Topper offense, John, has really just stalled as a team. Yeah, over the past few minutes, they're only shooting 1 for their last 8.
Yeah, Mid outscored the second half 31-22. And, yeah, I mean, it's Middle Tennessee is they look like a team that has a net 21. And I think I've said before the game, I think they're a top 25 team, and that's playing without Savannah Wheeler, too.
Yeah.
They are just a really, really solid team. We're going to have a Rice comeback here in the last 7 minutes. We've got to get hot right now because we're down 9. And luckily we have the ball. I do think it's important, obviously, that we score this possession. Don't want to go down double digits.
Lady Tops just beat Rice to start their Conference USA slate. They faced a 12-point second half deficit. And now Macy Blevins has it on the red towel logo. Far corner feed over to Hope Savoy. Her three was denied. It was Milushka.
Yeah, that was a good set, too. Set a flare screen that time for Hope, and she broke open, but Milushka came out of nowhere to block that three.
So 15 seconds on the shot clock, 6.5 minutes left in regulation. Macy Blevins inbounds over to the far wing. Acacia Hayes, the intended receiver. She lost her footing, and it's tracked down by MTSU on the other portion of the court. Baseline drive, Milushka, blindfolded kick out. It's Whitson for three. It rims out, and the loose ball is tracked down on the baseline by MTSU.
They're getting all loose balls.
It was Whittington.
Yeah, they're getting a ton of loose balls, and we're turning the ball over way too much now.
Whittington on the left wing, guarded by the freshman Josie Gilvin, fouled by the freshman Josie Gilvin. It's Western Kentucky's 5th.
Good hustle that time by Josie. But unfortunately, and this is sometimes it's not a big deal, it's a big deal. That puts them in the bonus with 6 minutes left, and that's, like I said, they are a great free throw shooting team.
10th best in America by percentage at about 80%, and Whittington
only 92%
connects on the front end. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that's why it's just
she's struggling. What happens to the other 8%?
That's why, you know, I was talking earlier that we need to be close or ahead late in the game, because I just don't see a way that there are very many teams that catch them late in the game if they're ahead.
She went 2 of 2 on the other end. Hayes responds with a layup.
She's played well tonight. That's another tough shot. Hayes is another player that I think that has no fear at all. I like how she plays.
12 points. 5:45 left in the fourth quarter, 71-62. Middle Tennessee on top of Western Kentucky. Blakely uses the screen right, set by Whitson. Now up top, bounce pass to the right wing for Jalen Gregory. 10 seconds on the timer, guarded by Acacia Hayes. With the screen, a switch. Hayes gets back there. Step back three on the way. Gregory rims out. Offensive rebound, Milushka. She puts it back up. Can't get the layup to fall, but a foul is called on Odie Betancourt for WKU.
Just a great rebounder inside right there. She's 6'6". They try to bring a Betancourt in to kind of guard her a little bit, but man, she's long. Her arms are really long. She plays like she's 6'4".
And now Betancourt subs out. If you can't stop her, then you might as well get the offensive jolt that Aaliyah Pitts has provided today. She's back on with her 21 points, and the first free throw for Milushka is good.
Good find for her. She started off her career at VCU, transferred 2 years ago to Middle from Belarus, and she's a heck of a player, and back too, by the way.
She hit the back end. Acacia Hayes was fouled on her drive down the near lane. Blakely is called for the personal.
That's a big one. That's 4 on her. I think Blakely's played well tonight for him. That's her 4th. And coach is not taking her out. He just hollered at her, you got 4.
3 team fouls in the fourth quarter. Macy Blevins inbound straight away. It's Acacia Hayes. Kick out right wing. Aaliyah Pitts has been a threat from beyond the arc, but did not take the 3 there. They work it to the near corner. Josie Gilvin 3 is cash. It's her second. She came into the day with 0. 5 minutes left in regulation. 73-65. WKU not going anywhere.
Another player I think's got a great future. We know she can guard, and now she's making shots.
Blakely on the left wing, uses the screen right. Now she curls to the nail, stops and does not take the shot. Acacia Hayes there for the closeout. Jalen Gregory on that kick out, guarded toe-to-toe by Savory. Low post feed is intercepted. Malushka did not expect the rainbow pass, and Blevins out on the floor, and we'll take a step aside as well. 73-65. WKU is trailing, but they've got the momentum here on the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in regulation. 73 for Middle Tennessee and 65 for Western Kentucky. This could be it. WKU out of this timeout. They need a run here, John. How do they get it?
Well, they need to make this. The score now, this inbounds would be really nice, to be honest with you. You've got to score and turn them over some, because I don't see us stopping them consistently down the stretch with their free throw shooting. So it's going to come on making some threes and getting some turnovers. Blevins
inbounds to Hayes. She knifed through the defense. Layup was no good. A little bit too strong, and a loose ball fought for by Whittington. She hit the deck, and a foul is called. They got Aaliyah Pitts. More importantly than Aaliyah Pitts' personal foul, it's still bonus basketball for MTSU.
That's the unfortunate. You don't want to go into bonus against them too early, and because they shoot it so well.
Pitts called for her third.
Yeah, and that puts, and we missed the layup. That was a good drive, too, by Hayes. She's really good at finishing those. Just didn't finish, and this puts Alexis Whittington. She's a 5'11 grad. She's a Murfreesboro girl. And she shoots 92%, and this is Maya Meredith back in. Hadn't seen her for a while.
Interesting look. She really hasn't played since the first half, and you had a really good point earlier about her knee coming off the ACL last season, and now she's playing, I guess, as close to you get in women's collegiate basketball to a back-to-back, 2 games in 3 days, as Whittington hits the first free throw. And she goes 2 for 2. Western Kentucky down by 10. With the ball in hand with 4 minutes left in regulation. Acacia Hayes on the left wing, guarded by Whittington, picks up her dribble, bounces up top, it's Aaliyah Pitts. Probes to the far sideline for Lexi Mead, high post feed Macy Blevins, 15 on the timer. Blevins dribbles to the free throw line, kick out near corner, Acacia Hayes, baseline drive, and she lays it in.
She has worn them out off that baseline drive. I mean, she's got such a quick first step.
And she's got 14 points to show for it. 75-67, Middle Tennessee in the driver's seat on WKU. Woodson on the right wing, surveys up top for Whittington. They cycle it around to the far sideline now for Blakely.
Illegal screen, yep, it's going to be on Maleska right there. That's a stop that they wanted.
And it's the 5th team foul against Middle Tennessee.
Well, it's going to be a player control foul, so we're not going to get to shoot, but we're going to be in the bonus the rest of the way.
Malushka called for her 3rd foul, and bonus basketball for both teams now. That will definitely play a role in the outcome of this game. Lexi Mead straight away, dribbling with her right hand. Dribble handoff to Acacia Hayes. The freshman's got 14. Powers to the baseline now, stops on the left block. Kick out for Aaliyah Pitts. She has 21. Knife to the defense, and the lefty layup doesn't go. Loose ball volleyed over to Pitts. She was still out of bounds to the baseline, and when she got it, she threw her hands up saying, yeah, that's a turnover. Out of bounds, WKU gives it back to MTSU.
Yeah, it's not an easy shot. It's a shot. If you want to come back in, you got to make those drives.
75-67, full court press applied by WKU. Whittington gets it into the sharpshooter, Jalen Gregory. She has 23 points, and she motors across the midline left to right. 3:15 left in regulation. Blakely uses the screen right and stops on the near sideline. Probes up top for Whitson. Off-ball foul is called. It was Malushka hitting the deck. Aaliyah Pitts through an elbow. And now MTSU shooting free throws with Pitts picking up her 4th foul.
Yeah, she's trying to guard her down on the block, and it's a one-on-one isolation on the block. Maleska just so hard to guard, isolated.
A 71% free throw shooter, and she rims out on the first.
It's only their 2nd miss of the game.
Just about 3 minutes left in regulation. Malushka hits the back end. And now, Aaliyah Pitts sits in exchange for Jalen Foster. Not a foul trouble swap because both of those players have 4. But maybe a bit of a defensive swap. Greg Collins looking for someone to stop Malushka without fouling her. Acacia Hayes on the near wing. drives with a lane to the cup. Her layup is too strong, but a foul.
That's going to be on Mileska, too, with the body. That's her fourth. And right now, Acacia Hayes is the one that's playing down the stretch the best right now for the Lady Toppers, playing extremely confident.
Here comes Josie Gilvin in exchange for Macy Blevins. So this is more of a defensive influx for Greg Collins in his lineup.
They should put her right on the ball of this press. But now the key to this press now, Acacia, she needs to make this second shot, free throw, where we can set up the press.
She hit the first. 3 minutes left in regulation. Acacia Hayes, four-star freshman out of Murfreesboro, misses the second. No press applied really by WKU, with Josie Gilvin sagging off for Blakely as the sophomore takes it into the front court for MTSU. Uses the screen right up top, probes left to the far sideline now. It's Whitson, dribble handoff to Whittington, toe-to-toe smothered by Lexi Mead. And she gives the keys to Mileska. Not comfortable from the left wing. Now she drives inside. Cross-court pass is batted up in the air by Josie Gilvin. Steal WKU. Missile pass ahead in transition. Acacia Hayes can't hit the righty layup, and a foul is called. Jalen Gregory got the loose ball, and Josie Gilvin got the worst of that collision and got the foul called on her.
Yeah, she hit her head on the floor afterwards. I think she's okay, but man, those are the ones when you're down 8, you got to convert. We forced a turnover on one end, and then a good pass by Josie, and just I think we went in a little bit too hard on that layup. I mean, Hayes is a really good shooter. I mean, she makes tough layups, but that was probably went in a little bit too hard. And instead of being down 6, foul against Gregory, and now probably going to be down 10.
Gregory hits the first free throw.
It seems
it's now a 9-point advantage for MTSU. Jalen Gregory, a 93% shooter from the stripe, and she goes 2 of 2.
Seems like it's automatic. If you miss a layup on one end, it's automatic on the other end. The other team scores.
10-point deficit for WKU. They need to make something happen here. Lexi Mead to the near wing. Maya Meredith is scoreless, dribbling between her legs. 2:15 left. Meredith curls through the defense, and her layup was short, but a foul is called. That's the first time we've really seen Maya Meredith penetrate the paint, and the foul goes against Whittington.
Yeah, that was a struggle that time. She kind of got bailed out that time on that one. She does have 7 rebounds on the game, though, in limited minutes.
Beg your pardon, by the way, foul on Whitson. It's her first, and Maya Meredith gets the first free throw, so she will at least walk into the locker room after this game with a point. WKU getting ready for some more subs, and she rims out on the second.
Yeah, see, and that's the little things like that. Not making the second end of the free throw, it really prevents you from setting up your press.
78-69, MTSU on top of WKU. Only 2 minutes left in the fourth. The Lady Raiders are the preseason favorites in the league. Blakely on the left wing, 10 seconds to shoot. Now she stops in the top of the arc. Low post feed for Mileska in a forest of white jerseys. Power dribble, she goes back up. Denied by Meredith. Loose ball trickles to the baseline. Last touch by Meredith. So with 4 seconds on the shot clock, MTSU will inbound from the baseline. Meanwhile, Savoy and Blevins subbing out.
You got to watch the lob right now to Mileska.
WKU getting Faustino and Gilvin in. They get it into Mileska. Her layup was denied. Foster was there, in for the steal. And Foster dribbles to the front court. Over to the near corner. Maya Meredith rifles the three. It's short from the near corner. And the loose ball tipped over out of bounds to the baseline. Lexi Mead colliding with a cheerleader.
It's going to be a foul on Whittington.
Okay, so Whittington picking up her third foul, and WKU gets the clock to stop and gets an opportunity to put some points on the board with Lexi Mead at the free throw line. The sophomore takes a deep breath and connects on the first free throw, 81% from the stripe.
Need to make the back end of these free throws right here. That moves Josie right on the ball of a press.
And Mead goes 2 of 2. Here comes the full court press for WKU. They need a steal. Gilvin doing jumping jacks on the baseline. Inbound to the near sideline, and Blakely's got it. By the timeline, they trap in the front court into the corner. Blakely walks the tightrope on the baseline and curls around the arc. Does a lap around the court. They could not catch her. Minute 20 left in regulation. WKU is down by 7. MTSU in no rush. They slow it down. Left wing, it's Whittington. Calling for some help. Dribble handoff to Blakely. Shot clock is down to 5. Blakely stops on the far elbow. Now to the nail. She pulls up from 15 and misses everything. Rebound, Maya Meredith. 60 seconds left. Lexi Mead into the front court. Dribbles into the teeth of the MTSU defense, and a timeout is called by Greg Collins.
30-second one, too.
Under a minute to play in the fourth quarter. Western Kentucky with the ball, down by 7. They get a quick basket here. It's a 2-possession game, and then you go back to the full court press, but you don't need to foul. We're definitely not there yet, and both teams in the bonus.
I don't mind. It depends on who gets it. You know, you're going. First of all, you got to score. And I don't think you have to score quick. You just got to score, preferably a 3. But you need to score and then at least go for a steal. And if you don't get it, you know, you can play it out. Or I think it depends on who has the ball. I wouldn't be opposed to fouling Blakely. She's not a terrible free. Well, she's actually 80%. But
yeah,
when your choices are not great out there with all the 90% free throw shooters they have.
You don't even have a freshman playing impact minutes where you could say, okay, yeah, even though they're good shooters, let's put the freshman in a big moment.
No.
MTSU is just a really good team, top to bottom, getting 6 votes in the AP poll. And regardless of the outcome of this game, you'd imagine that stays or at least improves. If not improves, their standing in the AP poll. WKU gets the ball into Lexi Mead straight away. Pass to the far wing. Ball fake. Jalen Foster pulls up from 15 and left it short. Foster gets her offensive rebound. Kick out to Maya Meredith. 45 seconds left. Meredith throws up the 3. It's wide left off the backboard. Whittington the rebound for MTSU. Full court press WKU. Savory lunged for the ball handler. Blakely for the foul. Could not get her in the backcourt. And now they foul by the midline. But Blakely got the pass off to Whittington before the contact. And now Savory hacks the ball handler Gregory on the near sideline. About 10 seconds ticking off the original, what could have been WKU foul. Now there's 30 seconds left.
Well, in fairness to the players, I think they fouled, and that's where the officials have to know what's going on, too, because I do think they failed Blakely, but just didn't get the call, and enabled another 10 seconds to go off the floor. I think this is where I think officials have to kind of have an idea of what's going on out there.
Jalen Gregory, nothing but net on the first free throw. 79-71 as of now. Gregory, the 93% free throw shooter, rims out on the second. 25 seconds left in regulation. WKU needs a basket badly. Acacia Hayes dribbles inside the arc, now backs out and picks up her dribble. Needs some help. Gives it over to Jalen Foster. Gets it back from Foster. Shot clock is off. Game clock at 15. Acacia Hayes through the defense. Righty layup falls. And now a full court press for WKU. Down by 6. They get it into Blakely. And now it goes off of Hayes over to the referee. And they're going to call that out of bounds. Under 10 seconds to play. And Whittington will inbound from the baseline. And now the referee's conversing. Just want to make sure that that is the correct call. MTSU ball, it is. Jalen Foster guarding the inbound, and the timeout is called by the Lady Raiders. They had 3 left, now they have 2, and now the head coach Rick Insell might as well get a timeout and drop an inbounds play just to make things as simple as possible for the Lady Raiders here. So it looks like MTSU is going to walk out of Bowling Green with a win here, but a really nice effort for both sides. MTSU getting a road conference win without Savannah Wheeler, and WKU testing the preseason favorite in Conference USA.
Yeah, it's been a great game. I think both teams have played well. I think Middle is legit top 25 team, but I love our improvement too. I mean, great effort tonight by the Lady Toppers. Down 6, it's not impossible to, but it's the timeout. What the timeout does do for Middle is that they can avoid the full court press and they can advance it to half court.
Yes.
Smart call that time by the coach right there. If you don't get to steal, you have to your only chance right now, you got to foul and hope they miss.
Jalen Gregory inbounding from the far sideline right in front of her own bench. Bounce pass in for Woodson and bear hugged by Macy Blevins. Contact and the two fall together on the sideline. Nothing intentional, nothing dirty by Blevins, just an intentional foul that unintentionally got Woodson down to the floor. And now both teams going over to their huddles. I wonder if they're going to take a look at this.
I have no idea what they're looking at.
Well, they might want to see if it's an intentional foul by Blevins, and by intentional we mean the women's equivalent of flagrant.
He's going for the ball to me. I have no clue about this one.
Well, Western Kentucky down by 6, 8 seconds left. I wonder if they want to adjust the clock. That could also be something that they look at.
Could be.
Macy Blevins picking up her 4th. Not that it matters all that much. She doesn't have much time to use her remaining foul allocated. MTSU's been in the bonus since about 6 minutes left in regulation.
That's the one team in the country you don't want to put on the free throw line too early.
When you break it down, there are so many different factors that play into this game and a game like this, but if Western Kentucky did not commit 5 fouls in the first 4 minutes of the final quarter, they might win the game. It might be just that simple.
This performance tonight would have won almost every loss so far. I mean, maybe absent Missouri, this was a really good performance. Probably the best performance. I mean, it's hard to tell. Miami, we played awfully well, but Miami's not near the caliber of team Middle. But this was a good performance by the Lady Toppers, especially just the toll of playing 2 games in less than 48 hours. Now listen, Middle did too.
Yeah.
But Middle traveled from Middle here rather than from Houston. And
yes.
So I do think that's a slight factor.
So they rule no extracurriculars. It's a foul on Blevins, again her 4th, and MTSU's been in the bonus since what seems like the beginning of time, really just the past 6 minutes.
See what, I wouldn't want to run a marathon against some of these Middle girls because they are in incredible shape to be able to, because they don't sub. I mean, they played, 6.5 people?
And Tamia Scott really hasn't played all that much.
Yeah, I mean, they just...
Certainly hasn't played much in the second half.
Well, Whitson has not been out, and Gregory has not been out, and I don't think Whittingham's been out. I think they've all had 40 minutes.
Woodson missed the first, hits the second. It's now a 3-possession game. Timeout WKU with 8 seconds left.
Yeah, not much you can do with 8 seconds down 7. I mean, this is maybe good practice, to be honest with you. I mean, it's good practice late in the year. You know, can you execute out of a timeout and get a quick hitter? I mean, these are, you see these all the time in the NBA. You know, these quick hitters at the end, at the end of games and so forth. It's really, you just want a quick shot. It doesn't, 3 would be great, but it really doesn't matter. You just need a 2 or a 3 since you're down 7, but it needs to be quick.
Western Kentucky's offense dried up at the end. They're 1 for their last 6 from the field, 1 for their last 9 from 3. They got a lot more than they were probably expecting out of Aaliyah Pitts, especially in the first half. 21 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals as well. WKU inbounds, far wing. Jalen Foster rises for 3. It's a brick. Offensive rebound. Acacia Haynes in the right and putback goes. So the freshman now adds to her tally. She's got 19 points. It's a new career high for her. And MTSU inbounds. That'll do it. 80-75. Middle Tennessee was tested by Western Kentucky, but the Lady Raiders end 2022 with a win, and WKU takes their first conference loss of the season.
Great game. I mean, this is, you're talking about the end of the year. This is a great game between two big-time rivals right here, and I think Western Kentucky has nothing. I don't think we have anything to be sad about, to be honest with you. I think we're going to have a really good 23 with our young players and Maya Meredith getting more and more healthy and so forth. This is a really good team we lost to tonight, but this is a good performance by the Lady Toppers.